this video, please don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it, because 90% of you viewers who are watching my videos aren't subscribed. So if you just kindly make that subscribe button gray from red, then it would be very helpful for me and very motivational also. So please do subscribe. And today we are gonna learn how can we handle files in C. So we are basically gonna learn about file handling in C today. So without any delay, let's get started. Damn! Okay, so first of all, we'll see how can we read from files. We'll start from the basic and move our way upwards, right? So over here, what we have, first of all, we need to create. So we have a normal main method that will return 0. First of all, what we need to do, and just to tell you, here we have an x.txt file that we will be experimenting with. First of all, what we need to do, we need to create a file pointer, right? We have to create a file pointer, right, in which we will open the file, right? So we just need to create a file pointer first. So over here we are creating a file pointer, then we are creating an integer value, right? So we are creating an integer that named value, right? And then what we are doing, we are taking our file pointer and setting its value to fopen, and we are opening our x.txt file that is there, and rb is for read mode. So this will open the file in read mode and we can do operations on it. So basically any operation we need to do on our x.txt file, we will need to use fp, right? And now the file is open now, right? So our x.txt is open, right? And we can perform operations on x.txt using fp, right? So we're checking if fp. So if the file really existed, then go in this, right? And in this, what we're doing, while one, right? So we are creating an infinite loop. In this, we are doing value equals f get c. So f get c is for f get character. First, in the previous video, we learned about f get string. Now this is f get character, and this will bring a character from fp, right? So this will bring a character from fp one by one. So from our file, it will bring one by one characters and save it in value, right? So in value, our character will be saved, right? So its code will be saved, right? So its ASCII code will be saved over here as it is an integer. Then we are checking if value equals end of file. So when it reaches the end of file, then we'll break out of the infinite loop, right? But if it does not reach the end of the file, it will go in the else statement and print the value character, right? So it will go in the end of the file and print the value character, right? So it will print our value character. So it will get one character at one time from our x.txt, and it will keep on printing it, right? So it will keep on printing that character till we don't reach the end of our file, right? After coming out of here and printing all our characters that are there in x.txt, we are closing our file, right? So now its work is done. It is needed to be closed, and then our function is ended by returning 0, right? Very simple code. And x.txt has a hi I am Saion in this, right? And it has hi I am Saion. So if we run this code now, it will show hi I am Saion, because it is getting every character and then printing it on the screen. So every character one by one is printed. First H is printed, then I, then a space, then I, then space, then A, then M, then a space, then S, then A, then I, then O, then N, right? So one by one the characters are being printed, right? Quite cool. Next we have writing. We have read from a file, now we'll write from a file. So similarly over here also we'll create a file pointer. We have a value variable and we are opening x.txt only, but this time we have given wb, not rb. So this stands for write mode, right? So now we are opening it in write mode because we want to write into it, right? So now we will override all that there is in our file, right? So everything that there is in a file, that would be overridden, right? So now we are checking if we found the file and it was successfully opened. Then we'll run a normal for loop for value I equals 48, value less than 58, value plus plus. So this will run 10 times, right? And we are doing f put character value fp. So in our file we'll put whatever so these are char codes, right? So 48 will be some char code for some character. So whichever character corresponds to this char code, our current value char code, that will be put into our txt file, right? And then after putting all the 10 characters, we are closing our file, right? So it has, we have written in the file and we are closing it. So let's see what it has written. So we are getting the output, but if you see the file now, it has 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So those 10 character codes were 0 till 9, right? So those 10 character codes were just 0 till 9, right? So this is how you can write to a file, and this is quite cool. Just run a loop and then add whatever you want to, right? But you have to do it character by character, so that's a bit inconvenient. But we have a workaround for that also. We have over here we have the formatted output. Fputc is useful for writing bytes to a file, but it is an inconvenient way of writing text to a file. If you want to write 100 characters, you will have to run a loop that will loop 100 times, right? And then you would have to write some logic, right, that how it has to add all your characters. So it may be very inconvenient at times. So that's why what we have so for this we can use the printf function that will print into the file whatever we say it to, right? So over here we have a file pointer, we are opening it in write mode, and then what we are doing, we are checking if the file exists, right? And if the file exists, we are printing our in our file pointer. So in our file we are printing this is some text and then a new line. So this will put into the file this is some text and a new line, right? And then we are closing the file. So it will just like whatever is there, it will remove that all and put this text into that file, right? And then it will close that file, right? So its work is done. So you should always close the file, right? Don't rely on not closing it, because some compilers want the file to be closed, right? So to always be safe, you should always close the file, right? Quite cool over here. So after writing into the file, we have just closed it and returned 0. So this will just write into the file, and then this is such a better way, right? To write into files, that was such a better way. So it is giving this is some text and then it had added a new line, right? Quite cool, right? So as you can see, it didn't add some like this, it didn't add it like this. It really took the meaning of new line, it knew the meaning of new line and really added a new line, right? So that's quite cool, right? So that's why like it is file print formatted. So printed like in the file print whatever you need to print, and it should be formatted whatever format is specified in that format, right? You have to print it, right? So quite cool stuff over here, read and write the same file. Over here, we are doing one operation on a file. We are opening it and reading it, or we are opening it and writing it. What if we wanted to do the both the things, right? So I open it, I want to read from it also, and then I want to write from it also. That's what I want to do. Why can't I do it? Yes, I can do it. So we'll just remove some, we'll just add hi, I am Saion, sub to a channel equals 100 more vids. Quite cool. Okay, so that is a risky statement, but okay. Alright, I made a risky statement, but let's leave it. So let's see how we can read and write the same file. You can open a file for simultaneous reading and writing with the same pointer. Set the file access mode to RB plus, right? So you can set it to RB plus. So you can add a plus to it to read an existing file and then to override it, right? So through this you can read an existing file and then you can override it. You can set it to WB plus to read a new file. So sorry, to create a new file. So you can use WB plus to create a new file and be able to read back what you have written to it. So WB plus is to write something and then read it, right? And AB. So there's something AB also that I haven't told you about. Like WB overrides, right? So whatever is there, WB removes that and adds the new text. AB will not remove the previous text. It will add on to the previous text that was there, right? So AB plus will be to open a file to both append at the end and read from it. So using AB plus you can append at the end. So add at the end some text and then read from that file, right? So let's see AB plus in action. So over here we have a file pointer, we are opening x.txt and then we are using AB plus. Now we'll learn about a new method in this, so let's see this quite carefully. We have our integer value, we have a value variable and we are checking if the file was existing, then we are looping infinitely and then it is AB plus, so we are reading every character, checking if we have not reached the end of the file and printing the character, right? If we haven't reached to the end of our file, right? So now this is reading and printing every character that it finds, right? So it is printing every character it finds, right? Till it does not reach the end of the file. So this is reading over here. Now, what if you want to add some text to the file? You can't just directly do it. You have to run a method. That is the rewind method. After performing an operation, you will need to call the rewind method on your file. So we have called it on our file. We have passed it our file, right? Right, that is there open in FP. So we have passed it FP. So it has rewinded it and set it for doing it set it that it can do some more operations, right? So now it has said that now over here after doing one operation it says like you can't do any more operations. When you pass it to rewind, it will do the operation 0 and then you can do more operations. So then what we are doing, we are using the fprintf function to add content in the file. So in our file we need to add, we are adding, this is some text and a new line. We are not overriding it, we are adding to it. This is some text and a new line, right? And then we are closing our file. So now over here we are reading also and writing also. Instead of having two pointers, we are achieving this thing with only one pointer. So this is showing, hi, I am Saion, sub to channel. A sub to a channel will be 100 more videos, right? Quite cool. And now if I open this x.txt file, there should be this is some text added to the end of it and then a new line. So you see, this is some text is here and then a new line is also there, right? This is some very good stuff, guys. Next we have this example over here. So over here, let's see what we are doing over here. Now we will move around the file, right? So now we will move around the file, look around the file. Let's see what we mean about that. So we are using read mode. So we are entering the read mode in our x.txt, and if it exists, then we are seeking into it. So in file, we are seeking into our file, right? So into this file, whatever we pass it. So we are seeking into x.txt, right? We are leaving 10 characters. So if we want to read, we are leaving 10 characters, right? And then we are doing seeker, right? So from okay, so let me run this and then we will be able to understand this. You see, it is showing Saion sub to a channel equals 100 more vids. This is some text, right? So you see this over here, and then it added a new line also. So you see this over here, right? So what this is doing, this is temporarily removing. This is from our current position on in the file. It is temporarily removing 10 characters from the start, from wherever we are on the file, right? So from our current position, it is removing 10 characters, right? So like we are at the start of the file, so this is removing this stripped out 10 characters from our file. It didn't edit the file, right? So the file is still intact, but it temporarily removed 10 characters from our file. Then we looped and accessed every character, so the removed characters are temporarily saved somewhere else. After reading the file and closing it, the removed characters are added back once again. So temporarily the characters were removed so that we can ignore that part that we don't want to read and get to the part that we really need to read, right? So through this, we got to the part we really wanted to read. We ignored the part that we didn't need, right? So very cool stuff, the fseek method. And then we can pass it seek end also, right? So we can pass it seek end also. The whole code is same, but we have given it seek end, and then this is we are given -10. So seek end, from the end go back 10 characters, right? So from the end of the string, so from this end go back 10 characters. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So this will show the remaining part. So it will show OME space text, full stop, and then a new line. So it will show us this much. It has stripped off, it has, this is only taking 10 characters from the end, right? So when we have given it like this, it is only taking 10 characters from the end, right? If I had given -11, it would have taken 11 characters from the end. So some text and then a new line, right? So seek end, and over here there was seek current, and then there was seek end, right? So quite cool stuff over here, guys, right? So quite cool stuff. Yep. So yeah, this was it, guys. I hope you liked the video for file handling. If you did, please don't forget to smash the like button, and please subscribe to the channel so that, yeah, you don't miss any videos. And yep, my subscribers grow because I really need you guys to subscribe to the channel. Please do subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye. Please stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, and keep watching my videos. Damn!